Hey Lions, it's Adam here. Today, we're going to be talking about Tether, otherwise known as GrangerClintonAmberinu, which not only is a mouthful, but it's also an ERC20 meme coin, setting out to tell the absolute truth of the universe, and maybe even save it through harmony and recognition of the mystery that is within. So, if that sounds interesting already, you're definitely going to want to tune in to learn more. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Tether's place in the market, its tokenomics, how safe is this, and what potential this token has. So if you're excited to learn more and like this sponsored video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, as well as know this is not financial advice. Always do your own research. With that being said, I did just want to give a shout out to those early lions that got into this call. Guys, this launched yesterday. And boy, did it do some numbers. Quite a few X's had for those that got into this stealth early on this one. If we look at the chart here as well, you can see, some amazing jumps up in price. Still even now, quite a few hours in, effectively like what are we at, about 24 hours or so we're sitting, comfortably at still some X's even after the fact, which is great. Now, being a meme coin, and specifically, I like to call these almost name tokens, these kind of like almost ridiculous name tokens, amalgamations of all these different names together. Branding is absolutely everything, and those are the ones that stand out the most. Derivatives tend to not do well in this namespace. They have to be unique, they have to be ridiculous, and you have to have an army of degens behind you that are just as crazy. For those that don't know, join their TG. It did get unbanned. The Twitter, I believe, is still underway, having a little bit of a censorship issue. That's okay. I know the team is fighting to get that woken up as well, but their Telegram is fully online. They have, at the time of recording, about 520 degens in there ready to cause some chaos. So if you want to see what that's all about, definitely tune in. I know there's a couple Lions fans in there as well, so definitely represent there, guys. But I did want to say, just with this token, I mentioned branding, right? So we can see all these different names put together. They're themed very well here with the type of art style that you've seen in the likes of XRP and Bitcoin, ticker symbol XRP, ticker symbol Bitcoin, as ERC20, tokens. Very similar art structure, but unto its own. You see these little preview videos as well that are like crazy, pretty hilarious as well, all referencing the different characters here. Some of their lore, which I encourage you guys to check out as well. I did take a peek into the chat as well, and they're even mentioning the GitHub repository even has some surprises as well, so definitely see if that's the case. But branding is absolutely on point here, and they even make a mention that one of the original comics that kind of spurred this whole thing, specifically Sonic Who, actually mentions Hillary, and there she is right there. So kind of interesting to see this. Yes, Obama's there, and he's been kind of the focus of a lot of these name coins, but Hillary is here as well. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about its place in internet history. This is obviously a legendary comic series that harkens back to 4chan and otherwise. It's where a lot of this degenerate trading activity came from when it came to these meme coins, and I don't think it is going away. So you want to get into the unique ones. So anyways, just wanted to share a little history there that I looked into myself. Now, with that out of the way, I did kind of want to jump into now some of the tokenomics. So when we're looking at the tokenomics here, if you can get past all the moving aspects here, you'll see that the contract is extremely sound. Now we're talking about specifically 999.99 billion tokens, 99% of which were allocated for the liquidity pair, which by the way was burned, and 1% for centralized exchanges. In addition to having a burn liquidity that's provable on chain, which you can pull up yourself, but I'll have kind of on screen here as well. They also renounced the contract as well. So I have both those here. Both those here. So definitely verify those for yourself. You can find them very easily with the commands in chat. Definitely love to see that. In addition, if you look at bubble map, you'll see no extreme high concentration or connection of deployer to user wallets. You're seeing people basically market by whether these were the team, whether they were insiders, whether they were whales that just found it on newly listed. I don't know, but you do see some of these wallets holding a sizable amount, such as 4% of total supply. Specifically, if we pull that one up, because again, I like to look at this when I'm looking for a good buy position, you can see they accumulated basically on day one here, and they sent out some of their tokens as well. Now, of those tokens they sent out, what's quite curious is if you look at that, those tokens went into a wallet, but they weren't sold. Really, really interesting. So you have to wonder, is this a friend? Is this person just diversifying? I'm not sure, but I am seeing some of these wallets being broken up. So what's crazy is that must have been even higher, closer to like maybe 6% or so, but it got broken up a little bit more. So if you are a whale listening out there, continue to break down those wallets. I'm sure the community doesn't want you to sell, but take profits where it makes sense, but definitely break up those wallets, because that is something I look for. I know it's something investors look at as well, but nothing too scary here. Love to see that the team isn't explicitly controlling any large, allocation of those tokens in any way. Contract looks really good. Now, if we bring it over to the happy report here, we can see a lot of the same of what I already mentioned. So when it comes to, is this a honeypot? No. Can it be paused? No, thankfully. There are some anti-whale mechanisms here, some cooldowns as well on trades, and the standard blacklist, whitelist, which I think is totally fine for a stealth, having some of that control there. But love to see it effectively pass with flying colors. Love to see that it has a renouncement and burned LP, but definitely do your own research. Throw it into your own contract checker and see what it spits out. Now, also, in addition, I did want to mention, with all those things going on, it has been getting a lot of positive press. That is part of what was able to push it to 2-3x's. Like I mentioned, Lion calls, of course, here. We did call it on day one. That's why you want to stay tuned into the official Lion Call TG. And now on Twitter, by the way, in addition to the video reviews we're doing, it's actually the reason why we did this video review, from demand from the community. We wanted to make sure to give back for all those folks that got some solid gains and get this out to more folks. So again, just a quick little shout out. If you could drop a comment and a like, it does a lot for the YouTube algorithm. Now, with security and tokenomics out of the way, what potential does this have right now? Well, I am a sucker for mystery, and being that, I want to see more come when it comes to the lore of the token here. Again, I've seen crazy numbers happen with XRP. I've seen crazy numbers happen with Bitcoin. I've been there. I've had friends who have made, in fact, hundreds of thousands of dollars, in fact, in either one of those. Actually, I had a couple people that made that in two of them, surprisingly. They just got into some really good plays. I would love to see how this token approaches mystery and does it in a way that is entertaining and also ties into the theming of the names. I saw XRP do it very well. They did some great spaces. They did some great marketing to really get this in front of people. I see that this has the potential. It has the potential to do the same, and it is extremely undervalued right now for where it stands. Now, of course, trends come and go. We are seeing the resurgence of some Pepe related tokens, as we reviewed in the past, and as I'm sure you guys know, but I don't think these name coins are going anywhere. I think they're going to stay. As long as the likes of 4chan and otherwise exist, I think that these name coins are going to stick around. So you're going to want to look for those solid plays that stealth well, find a nice consolidation stretch, pick yourself up a bag where it makes sense, and then continue to follow the team to make sure that they're doing those pin messages, continuing to stoke the flames of the community, those are the projects you probably want to get into. Also, I did mention, when it comes to that LP lock, of course, if it's burned, but it was initially set at 12 months. Love to see that has already been done. They did mention KYC'd and audited. I didn't get a chance myself to find those on the website specifically, just a mention quick for the team. When I actually clicked audit, it took me to one of the videos. I don't think Elon himself did the audit. Maybe I am wrong, but I would love to see that audit actually go to an audit page. Now, again, being renounced and passing the initial, token sniffers and even happy, I think it's pretty safe, but I would like to see an official audit, especially as this scales and starts to get on some centralized exchanges. But guys, that is Hermione Granger, Clinton, Amber Amy, Rose 9 Inu, otherwise known as ticker symbol Tether. It is not a stable coin. In fact, it is fluctuating quite a bit up and down, but mostly up right now, still sitting at a very, very comfortable gain from launch where it was initially called. So definitely stay tuned into this one. Follow what the team is doing. They also promise some pretty awesome marketing on this one, so follow along in there in the pinned messages. And Lion Calls and myself are going to be following this one as well in all the reviews that we do to do some follow-up on it as well. We will see you in the next one, guys, and definitely stay tuned to see how this one progresses. Bye for now.